Hello, friends. I have returned and I will be sharing my diet update and my daily update today with you. Let's start with the diet update. I weighed myself this morning. I am currently 162.4. Originally it was 162.8, but after I used the restroom, it went down to 162.4. So, pretty interesting. I don't know why I jumped up 0.4 pounds. Maybe it was a little too much snacking the night before. Probably. Alright. Well, what foods were eaten today? This will be short. 2 keto toasts, 2 eggs, 3 thin slices of bacon, 1 cup of coffee, and a bit of zero sugar whipped cream. And that's it. I decided to go on a little intermittent fast today. So I haven't eaten lunch or dinner. I do plan on eating breakfast though in the morning, probably close to when I wake up, around, 8 or 9. I mean, I could push myself to do a 24-hour fast, but that would mean having to wait until after church to eat. And I'd probably just be thinking about food while the pastor was talking, so I'd probably would be better to just eat before then. Or maybe it would just be fine to... Maybe I'd be more spiritually attuned if I went in without eating. I don't know. I mean, I know my last meal was around 11 a.m. So, well, any exercise done today? I did do like two 10 sets of jumping jacks, or 2 sets of 10 jumping jacks, I guess is more logical, before watching any YouTube videos. Actually 3. One was I was listening to on the ride to work, a song. And yeah, that was like the only kind of dedicated exercise. Everything else was pretty much walking around work. So, yeah. Okay, I think that will do it for the diet update today. Now, let us move on to the daily update. I woke up at around 10 o'clock, and when I got up, I was greeted by my sister. And she was pretty hungry, but we didn't really have anything to eat in the fridge. So she suggested we go to the nearest store to pick up some food. I agreed. So we went and we got some eggs and bacon. And I got some zero sugar whipped cream, because it looked pretty good. It was a really tall can too, the store we got. Like, the whipped cream I've gotten that zero sugar before at other stores, they sell a really short one, but the one we've got, it was this big. Pretty good value, I'd say. And it was about the same price as the one they sell at the other stores. Not bad. Well, when we got our food, we left and returned home, made breakfast, and we ate together. And when we were done eating together, I said I wanted to work on my Brain Jam extra episode for an hour. And she seemed to think that was a good idea too. So I went into my room and I cracked my fingers and I got to work on editing Brain Jam Extra Episode 2. I got quite a bit of work done. Lots of panning shots of text that is going to be zoomed in on as I'm reading it out. I'm thinking about putting some additional imagery in there, like some illustrations to help illustrate certain points. But as it stands right now, it's coming along fairly decently, although I will say there are parts where I feel like I go on a little too long and I get lost in the sauce, and I feel like I could tighten those scenes or maybe even get rid of them. The shorter the better, because you keep things quick and concise and to the point. Alright, well, after I was done editing for about an hour, I needed to get ready for work, so I took a shower and I got dressed. And when I got out, I was greeted by my mom and my sister who were talking about something. I said goodbye to both of them and got some water and left. Now, on my way to work, I was listening to music, and when I arrived, I got out of the car and I went in for a full shift of work today from 1 to 10. The first hour was spent doing a lot. Things went off without a hitch, I would say. The second hour was spent giving out samples. I was given a 10-minute break, so I took that and used it as an opportunity to fill my water container. And as I was doing that, I was thinking about doing a fast today. So I asked ChatGPT, hey, do you think it's a good idea to do a fast when you're on the keto diet? Do you think it'll speed up your chances of burning your fat faster? And it said, yeah, it should. So I thought, I'll give it a try. I'll make breakfast my only meal, and I'll only eat tomorrow in the morning. And when I decided that right then and there, I was like, let's do this. So, after researching that and then researching if arrow wheat keto bread spikes blood glucose levels, which apparently it does not, at least according to some reviews, I was back in doing samples of scooping up ice cream and giving it to customers. I had to replace the ice cream because one customer ordered a root beer float, and the ice cream that was in the container was completely melted. So I was like, I'm not giving you this soup. So I threw the old one away and I got a replacement quickly, and I gave the lady her ice cream root beer float with a fresh canister of ice cream. And then I got a few other customers who wanted just the ice cream on its own without the root beer. So yeah, that's pretty much what I did for 2 hours. The last hour was spent bagging in the front end for about a while. Yeah, an hour. And then on my lunch break, I punched out. Instead of doing what I normally do, where I go home and I try to make something to eat, I wanted to challenge myself by putting myself through a fast. So I chose not to eat, and instead I tried to do ab exercises in the break room. Standing, no jumping, so I wouldn't disturb anyone. And then I did about 30 minutes of breathing exercises too. That was a pretty good experience, I would say. After that, I went down, punched in, and I was on sweeps for the next 4 hours, but I also had lot and sweeps for the last 2 hours. So I did what I could. I threw out the trash. I refilled bags in check stands. I sweep the floors. I brought in carts and signs with the help of another coworker. And yeah, it ended up going pretty well, I would say. Pretty well. Well, I have to admit, I was having my stomach yell for food, but I didn't want to listen to it. I wanted to just keep on marching forward and pushing through and seeing what comes out on the other end. So, yeah. Oh, and a customer dropped a jar of like cheese sauce accidentally, and so that had to get cleaned up by me and another coworker. So yeah, but it all ended up working out pretty well. I eventually punched out when I was done with my duties. I said goodbye to my manager for the night, and then I drove home. When I got home, my cat Avery was walking up right in front of my car as I was about to drive out, so I had to stop immediately, and then I had to open the door, walk up, grab him, bring him into my car, and drive up the rest of the driveway, so that way he wouldn't get smashed. So that was a little harrowing, I guess you could say. But hey, I'm glad he's safe. And then when I got out, I just immediately wanted to get ready for bed so I could just wake up in the morning and have breakfast. So I made, so I took my vitamins, and my mom was greeting me, and she wanted to watch TV with me while eating snacks, but I declined the offer because, I'm on a fast and I want to, stick to it. But we did watch a short video about the benefits of going on a fast, and apparently your body activates autophagy, which is apparently where your body regenerates and gets rid of old and dead cells that you don't need and creates new cells. And it gives you no brain fog and a more clear head, and it's overall like a really regenerative experience. Like the guy we watched said he practices doing a 24-hour fast once a week, and he feels super energized and more on it by the end of the fast. So yeah, good to know. Well, after we were done watching that, my mom wanted to give me a back crack, and after we were done with that back crack with a little neck crack as well, I hugged her and I said goodnight, and then I left, and then I was like, oh, I need to make my update video, so here it is, and that's pretty much it. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye, everybody, and take care.